Welcome to Mary's Eclectic Interests, and today I'm going to be cooking something very easy. And the reason I'm doing this is because I haven't had any breakfast or lunch and I'm rather hungry. So I'm going to make homemade hash browns. So what I'm going to be doing is taking these small potatoes and I'm going to get rid of them. My poor little, never put your hands in there either. All right. I'm going to cut these up a little bit before I do put them in this processor. This is not a very high-powered processor, food processor. It takes a little bit of work to get these things done. But I'm just going to slice them all up. A little smaller, I should say, not real small. I suppose I should get this out of my way so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm just cutting these up. You can see they're just in more like quarters. And I'm going to throw these in here. Have this all plugged in, and I have two different processors, so I always do them wrong. It's just, I keep thinking I have the one and it's the other. See, okay, this one's the one that I really like, that I had forever, broke. And that one you didn't have to hold it down. You just turned it on. And I suppose this is a new safety feature so that if you do decide to reach in there and you start chopping your fingers off, you're going to let go of this little button. Like I said, this isn't a... Okay, I think that's all right. I hope. Yeah, there's some big chunks in there, but it's not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I always unplug anything electrical that I put in, especially with a blade, because that is something that I learned. And I'm going to, because you don't want to reach in there. What if that was plugged in and I accidentally hit something? And, well, this is not, and I've had this trouble before, and I laugh because I had a show where she had problems getting this off too. And I said, oh, well, and she wanted to cut that out. And I said, oh, sometimes that happens. You just can't get it out. And now watch, once I quit maneuvering this, sometimes it'll just let me do it. There, see? Sometimes you just have to walk away. And I'm putting this in a bowl. The reason you're not going to see me frying this right away, I'm going to put this in the microwave and to partially cook them. Otherwise, I'm going to be standing over that fry pan forever, and I don't feel like doing that. Now I have some big chunks in there. I'll probably take, well, I'll leave them in there and see what happens. I usually like it a little smaller, but they didn't all get small. There's some bigger ones, there's some littler ones. And I'll get rid of the food processor. I'm a butter person, so if you don't, and you can see I'm putting lots of butter in there. Now this is melting, and I have a lot of butter in there. I'm going to take some of that out. I got a little carried away there. But the butter is what gives it that real nice browning effect. And this poor pan, it's not exactly, you can see it's not level. And I've never done this on a hot plate, so this is going to be real interesting. Okay, I'm putting a little salt, a little pepper. Now sometimes when I do this, I'll actually chop onion up with it, or maybe some green pepper or red pepper. Whatever I happen to have around the house. I have a tendency to I call it junk fries, but I'll put a whole bunch of stuff in there that I happen to like. And the reason I'm going to flip this right now is I want to put salt and pepper on the other side. And if this doesn't turn out, you know what I have the option of doing? Yes, I can cut it out of the show. Here's some pepper, and here's some salt. Let's see if they're getting brown. I think they are. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I like. If I can get the little buggers are, I'm used to putting these in a bigger pan, but I need my other pan. Whoa! Boy, that was a good one. There we go. I'll show you. This is what I like. Look at how nice and brown those are. That's what I want. So I put it in 2 minutes in the microwave. Now, every microwave is different because everybody buys different, different kinds of microwave. All right, I need to know if my eggs are good. So I found out, yes, the internet is wonderful. Let's see if they go to the bottom. This one is good. It went to the bottom. This one is good because it went to the bottom. Okay, it says they expire September, or probably sell by September 4th. Now, I'm going to break my 2 eggs into my food processor. Here's 1. Here's 2. So creamy cottage eggs are pretty simple. All it is 2 eggs, a 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, and 1/2 teaspoon of oil and 1/2 teaspoon of butter. But I also want to see if my hash browns are done. And if they are, yes, they're getting, see, if I have a tendency to forget things, and then, yep, they're going to be fine. I'm going to take this off right now. I'm turning this off. We have our 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, and we have our 2 eggs. All right, here we go. And I'm going to blend, and I don't dare move this because it is hot. So you're going to have, it's going to have to be, let's see. And I certainly don't want to bend over it. All right, here we go. Again, I'm going to unplug this. Well, first I'm going to look and see if it looks like it's done. Yeah, it is. Now I'm going to unplug it. It's this one. I'm going to take this out. That way, there won't be any issues with there. And this time it came out really well. And I'm going to get rid of this. And I'm going to put a little bit of butter in, not much. And you can use whatever kind of oil you like in this, as long as it's an oil that can take high temperatures. These, then you just pour this in, and you can salt, pepper to taste with this. And this is another one of those dishes that I've also put green pepper in there, maybe some onion, whatever you want. I'm just going to make these very, very simple. Just the basic, this is the basic recipe. And we're going to do it that way just because I'm not going to, and it's a great way to get rid of part of things. If you have a little bit of sausage left, you'll have a little bit of this. But I'm just going to make these the actual recipe, the fluffy eggs. These are wonderful eggs. They slide down really well. Can't forget my eggs because I've done that before, because you want them light and fluffy. And if I forget these, they're going to be one big massive egg, and I don't know if I have enough cottage cheese to make another batch. And I am going to turn this down because it is getting kind of hot. There. Now there's enough eggs in here for 2 people. Or if this is all you're going to have, I've done that where I just have this, make up maybe a little salsa on the side. I have friends that like, I'm not going to say, well, okay, ketchup, ugh, with their eggs, but I know people, different parts of the U.S. and different parts of the world, they do different things with their eggs, and then those of us that don't think it's like gross. So these are cottage eggs. Look at how nice and fluffy these are. Aren't they nice? That's why I have to remind myself, don't walk away from the pan, because I did that one time when something happened and I ended up with very brown, icky eggs, all big, one big egg. It looked like a pancake actually. So I have to remind myself, don't walk away and think you can do something. Because I'm one of these multitaskers where I'm cooking, doing laundry, and that type of thing. All right, this is done. Look at how nice those are. I'm going to turn this off. So this is one way you could use the cottage eggs. You could even put the bacon on there if you have some. Or you can make yourself one heck of a nice egg sandwich. Usually if I'm in a hurry, just do the eggs, throw it on toast, and run out the door. But I'm going to eat first, and then I'm going to come back.